Commercial sign in 5, 4. Commercial sign in 5, 4.
Hey y'all, it's me, Joel Hodson, the creator of Mystery Science Theater 3000. We're just trying to head out the door, but you know how we can get at work right before a holiday. I'm putting one of those guilt-inducing automatic responses into my email. It's going to be something like, I'm unavailable for the next few days, and I'm sorry you don't have the resolve to take a break for your friends and family this Thanksgiving. There.
Ahem.
Hey, what's all this then?
It's a work order for some duplicates of myself.
Okay. You know what? Turn around.
What? All right.
Okay, say it again.
It's just a work order for some duplicates of myself.
Better.
Man, I missed my other voice.
Just adjusting the bot's voices. Cambot, show them the pictograph. If you remember during the original run of the show, changing the bot's voices was just something we do every couple of years. Yeah!
Oh, hey, Joel. I fell off my bike. Now my voice is almighty.
Oh, well, why don't you just recreate the accident? It'll probably go back to normal.
No way. I like it.
Oh. Also, I wanted to thank those of you who watched Turkey Day 2013 last year. I'm glad to report we had over 100,000 viewers, as well as the event trending second on Twitter for the day. Now's as good a time as any to start up the MST3K literacy test to give you a clue to the first episode of the MST3K Turkey Day Marathon 2014. Okay, this strange and beautifully produced Russian-Finnish film features an appearance by a bear that appears to be wearing MC Hammer pants. And no, it's not the bloated, mouth-breathing bear from Jack Frost, though you're in the right file folder. Let's add the vowels, Cambot. Any guesses? The film was originally based on an opera by the famous Russian composer Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, who I always thought was like 3 separate guys. Cambot, show the poster. You'll notice in the original Russian version, the title character was originally called Sadko. However, U.S. producers decided to change his name to Sinbad because Sadko made the title character sound like he was some sort of seafaring sad clown. All right, I said the name Sinbad, so let's put that in as part of the clue. Whoever guesses this one correctly gets the first piece of pumpkin pie to the face. Time to fill in the letters. Your first episode for Turkey Day Marathon 2014 is The Magic Voyage of Sinbad. And just remember, I need you to love this.
The not-too-distant future is now with the official Mystery Science Theater 3000 YouTube channel. Subject yourself to the experiment with full movies from your favorite show, featuring righteous riffing from Mike, Joel, and the bots. No time for a healthy and nutritious full episode? Celebrate MST3K Mondays with a new batch of classic clips released every week. Check out our top riffs and best of lists, 100% guaranteed to settle all internet debates. Warning, not an actual guarantee. Don't get the reference? Check out our special annotated episodes explaining all the jokes. Then lie to your friends about how knowledgeable you are. The MST3K YouTube channel, industry, science, and technology, bringing you state-of-the-art cheesy movies, direct from the best brains at the Gizmonic Institute and Shout Factory.
story of a holiday, one of the nicest days of the year, Thanksgiving.
It's an orgy of food. That's, there's way too much food.
We always did the traditional turkey and all that, stuffing and mashed potatoes.
The turkey would be either really fantastic, which it never was, or dried out, and you talked about that throughout the meal. Oh, I'm sorry, it's so dry. Oh no, it's really good. I got a moist part.
I do remember that my mother always made sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top, and I would just eat the marshmallows. And sweet potatoes back then were the only kind of potatoes I didn't like.
There's always the green bean thing, which is weird.
But now I actually like sweet potatoes, so I've changed my position on sweet potatoes through the years.
Thanksgiving always meant a fantastic day of TV. It started with, the Macy's Day parades and all the parades. Like, you could watch parades all morning long, starting with the Macy's parade and ending with like whatever the Christmas parade was in Los Angeles. So it like would sweep the country. But then they'd also like premiere new series they were trying to roll out. And it was a really big day if you're a kid watching TV.
Hello, people of Earth. Kevin Murphy here, formerly Tom Servo of Mystery Science Theater 3000 and currently of RiffTrex.com, where I play Kevin Murphy. And hey, on December 4th, we're going to be riffing the Christmas classic K. Gordon Murray movie Santa Claus, live in over 600 theaters nationwide. So check out this trailer, and we hope to see you there.
The holidays are a time to get together with the ones you love.
And who better than the stars of Mystery Science Theater 3000? It's RiffTrex Live. Join the guys as they riff the 1959 film Santa Claus, the classic tale of Santa, his reindeer, Merlin, and the devil.
Oh, I'm not going back to that spray tan place again.
Yeah, bring on the hate mail. It only makes Santa stronger.
Live in select cinemas, Thursday, December 4th only. Tickets on sale now at fathomevents.com.
Huh. I thought we lost this thing in the big eBay auction towards the end of the series.
Put it back, what are you doing?
Or it could be one of those high-end collectibles they're selling on Etsy now.
Its power is beyond our understanding.
It's eating my mind. No!
Anyway, saw a few posts on my Twitter feed that seemed especially apt today. James Parr tweets, I live in Korea now and discreetly watch the marathon while working. It made the day better. Well, James, thanks for the good word. Here's hoping your job isn't something other human lives depend on. Quantum Fairy Tales tweeted, still sing the lyrics to the original Comedy Central Turkey Day commercial in church. When they want us to sing, we gather together. Dear Quantum Fairy, glad we brought just a touch of blasphemy into your life. I'm kidding, we all worship in our own way. But I don't want to hear any reports of you and your spiritually hip friends bum-rushing the pulpit and screaming out, we found out too late man was a thinking creature. Also, if you feel so inclined, please follow me on Twitter at Joel G. Hodson. If you have a remembrance from past turkey days, any reports from this year's Thanksgiving at your house, or have any good recipe ideas featuring craft miniature marshmallows, let me know. Okay, we're rolling now. Time to test more of your Mystery Science Theater literacy with this footage.
Packers won the Super Bowl! Packers!
What's interesting is that the team that Mike and the bots are chanting about, the Green Bay Packers, are actually the home team for the state which this film was made. That means this film was lensed in the state of Wisconsin, which is my home state. Actually, the town of Merrill, Wisconsin, by director, producer, and Wisconsin resident Bill Rebane. Let's fill in the blanks, Cammie. The next film in the MST3K Turkey Day Marathon is The Giant Spider Invasion. One more interesting fact is that the giant spider in the Giant Spider Invasion was actually fabricated out of a VW bug. One of the crew members actually had to drive in reverse. And if the Packers do win the Super Bowl this year, you heard it here first.
Yay.
Turkey Day was a suggestion by Comedy Central to do a marathon.
We were already on the channel. I think at our peak, we were on 24 hours a week. And it's like to do a marathon was like, well, we were a marathon.
We're stuck in outer space, forced to watch really bad movies or turkeys. And on Thanksgiving, you eat turkey, hence Turkey Day. Get it?
Way to belabor a pun, Joel.
The idea of a Turkey Day marathon, our movies are bad movies, so they're turkeys. And it came from them, and we were thrilled because we saw it as really like this vote of confidence, like people like your show enough that we're going to show, back-to-back episodes.
It did coincide with the birth of the show. November was sort of the typical, when we had started at KTMA, so that always became the anniversary. And to do something special at Turkey Day seemed to make sense.
And so we had a brainstorming session about it, just, like we always did every week, coming up with ideas for sketches to do between the movie.
It was an experiment. We didn't know it would work. We didn't know people would care about it or they would actually, stop watching the Detroit Lions play football and watch our bad movies, So it was a big experiment. So obviously we didn't put a real lot of resources into it. We did wraparounds and we did intros and we kind of let them know that they were watching the Turkey Day Marathon on Comedy Central.
Hey, you're watching Comedy Central, it's Turkey Day, and you're watching Pod People. Look at him, he's all tripped up on L-tryptophan. Why didn't it affect you?
I don't take L-tryptophan, I am L-tryptophan.
It was a day of just doing sketches, a lot of little sketches. And they weren't that much more complicated than host segments. So it was really just doing more of what we'd already been doing.
Crow's dressed like a turkey. Tom's dressed like a pilgrim. We're just doing, it's like the end of our production day and we just knocked them off. Like we did it in like 20 minutes. You know what I mean? We had the prop guy build some stuff and we just did it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Jack!
TV's Frank.
Jack!
How are you? Oh.
In the case of Jack Perkins, he at the time he was on the A&E network all the time, hosting Biography, which we all watched, and we were all very charmed and enjoyed his kind of style, which was very much his own.
But we all were like fascinated by this guy. It just seems like such an odd character to pull out of what was available on cable at that time.
I think it was love in the time of cholera, that magical word.
No, Jackie. It was the general in his labyrinth.
Plant guy, you are right.
I was naive at the time. I didn't realize how special it was that they really gave us complete creative control over everything and didn't interfere with our creative process.
It was like, I think the most we ever collaborated with Comedy Central on the show, and the most successful collaboration we had together. I also want to thank our sponsors at Shout Factory, as well as wanted to mention that you can now order this special Turkey Day box set just in time for the holidays, or as a present for that someone with an unfortunately placed birthday that happens to fall during the holidays. It features the title Screaming Skull, Squirm, Jungle Goddess, and one of my favorites, The Painted Hills, as well as promos for the original Turkey Day marathons, as well as introductions by me and my whimsical robot companions too. Wee! Oh, come on, nobody says we. All right, time to test more of your MST3K literacy. Here's some footage from the next film. Based on the condition of this black and white print, you may have already guessed what the title of this movie is. However, I'm also interested in hearing if you know the type of animation that was used to create this powerful illusion of dinosaurs fighting. And the answer is not Harry Potter. The answer is stop motion animation. And please avert your eyes during this brief stop-motion example if you are prone to epileptic seizures. Let's not spoil another Thanksgiving by being reckless. Stop motion is an animation technique in which three-dimensional figures are moved and photographed one frame at a time. Then, when all these minute movements are played back at 24 frames per second, it creates the illusion of movement. Choppy, poorly lit movement. Okay, let's play it back, Cambot, and add some sound effects too. Before the advent of the internet, stop-motion animation was a bit of a national obsession. As evidence, here's a few pictures of me back in college making my own stop-motion film. You see, I don't just play a nerd on TV, I was one in real life too. Also, be prepared, this film features numerous scenes of relentless, tedious rock climbing, which means the next episode for Turkey Day 2014 is none other than the long-forgotten and horrible classic, The Lost Continent. Rock climbing.
To take a break from the football game, reheat the turkey and stuffing, and wake up Grandpa. It's the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Turkey Day Collection.
Greetings, insignificant life forms.
Housed in limited edition tin packaging, this MST buffet features 4 never-before-on-DVD episodes. Jungle Goddess.
Skipper! Little bunny!
The Painted Hills.
I just have to touch that hair.
The Screaming Skull.
Look, I made a mustache with your hair.
And Squirm.
I'm gonna Willem Dafoe all over you.
Plus heaping helpings of special features, including brand new Turkey Day intros by Joel, so you can have your very own Turkey Day Marathon in a box, an inside look at the Turkey Day Marathon through the years, and much more. Get yours now and make the holidays bearable for you and yours. The Mystery Science Theater 3000 Turkey Day Collection, now on DVD.
The next year, they gave us more of a budget. We were able to kind of grow the world of the Turkey Day Marathon, include the Mads, and actually kind of try to create a narrative that went with the day.
You know, it gave us a chance to kind of expand the mythology of D13 and Forrester and Frank's characters.
Which was just a natural kind of progression where everybody was kind of acknowledging, hey, people like it, let's try to amplify it, let's make it bigger.
So as a writer and a performer, it satisfied my ego to do more on-camera stuff. And that's all I was really concerned about.
As far as host segments go, it's some of my favorite stuff that we did.
Until we'd finally pissed the channel off and they didn't want to use us anymore. And then they brought in Adam West.
Serving up 28 hours of Mystery Science Theater 3000 turkeys.
Woo, will you get a load of her? She's got pylons for mylons.
No, that's right. Careen right past me, you little tease.
Anyway, the beat go!
When I think about her, my wheels go down, my gear goes down.
This is the captain speaking. In the event of an emergency, my rock-hard abs can be used as a flotation device.
Oh, no! No! Oh, baby, speak to me.
I never even thought to ask where her exits were located.
All right, that would be Being in Love with a Plane sketch from Lost Continent, our last feature from Mystery Science Theater 3000 Turkey Day Marathon 2014. My Facebook page, facebook.com/Joel G. Hodson, is lit up with comments and questions. If you have a computer, stop by my Facebook page and like me, won't you? It should be clear by now that I already like you. Danielle Williams writes via Facebook, I love the Turkey Day Marathon, but my sister and I always had to help with the big dinner, so we'd take turns running out of the kitchen and down to the family room to check out the shows whenever we had a chance to sneak away. Danielle, that's really sweet. If you find yourself having to run back and forth again this year, please be cautious and keep your shoes tied. Otherwise, it could end up being floor you're eating this Thanksgiving. David Hiles writes, as many times as I wanted to write in something Cambot could put up on Still Store, I had no idea what I would say. I still don't. Well, thank you, David, for keeping that sentiment alive by saying absolutely nothing. This next test is called Descramble the Riff. Guess the riff and the movie it comes from. It's a reference to the theme song for ABC's Monday Night Football sung by Hank Williams Jr., otherwise known as Bocephus, which translates from the Greek as he who consumes many hams. Hank Jr. has a slight physical resemblance to this actor in the upcoming movie. See, it's not all that close, but it's close enough for an MST running gag. Okay, since we know this is a reference to football, let's descramble that final word in the riff. Any more guesses? The answer to the descrambled riff is, are you ready for some football? Well, clearly, you're not ready for some football because you're watching MST3K Turkey Day with us, and we wouldn't have it any other way. That's right. If you haven't already guessed, the next episode for Turkey Day 2014 is the much-loved episode Laser Blast. This episode also represents the end of an era with the amazing Trace Beaulieu's final appearance as Dr. Clayton Forrester and Crow T. Robot. Here's Laser Blast. Happy Turkey Day 2014.
If we ever had an epic quality to our host segments, the Turkey Day Marathon gave us that opportunity.
I'm trying to rule the world before my mother gets here, and I've got Satan, I've got some androgynous man-woman, and I've got Peter Graves Jr. in my house.
Hey. We were always taking characters from the movies and inserting them into sketches. The same creative process that was behind that kind of went into us putting Mr. B. Natural and the other characters into the Turkey Day segments.
I'm Mr. B. Natural, and I embody the spirit of music in you and you.
That male pixie character being played by a female, that kind of Mary Martin, Peter Pan thing, always is a bizarre, like, why? Why that choice? So again, another one of those just really bizarre characters that let's explore this more and bring them into our reality.
Cut it out. Don't do that. You know what happens when you do that to me? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mike did such a great characterization, and taking Jack Perkins into a very dark area where he just keeps getting sloppier and sloppier, and finally goes after Mr. B. Natural, but just plants a big old smooch on him, on her.
So it's just like, yeah, what kind of characters would be fun for Mike to do? What characters could we come up for other people to play who are coming over to be guests?
Could it be? Oh, it is! Michael Feinstein! Oh.
Well, Mike is such a great musician, and he makes a great Michael Feinstein. He probably wouldn't want to admit that, but he's a good-looking Michael Feinstein and a great piano player. So it was fun to have that to play off of. And for some reason, Forrester was rather like attracted to Michael Feinstein. So whatever that means.
Bees do it. Even educated fleas. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. You want a story now?
Pearl and Clayton had this sort of classic relationship of, you know, Clayton wanted the attention of his mother, and his mother would just find anyone else that would rival that relationship. And she even had a implied friendship with Crow.
Hi, Pearl.
Oh, Art, you are the only sane one. Do you ever just look at somebody and wonder who the hell they are and what the hell they're doing there?
Which is like, well, how do you even know him?
me the laser blaster, and I'll spare you when I exercise my authority over these lands.
Mere laser blaster isn't a shortcut to rulership. You may just have to kill me now, Mr. Servo.
All right, while Tom and Crow fight over who will control the laser blaster, let's guess the next movie in our 2014 Turkey Day Marathon. It's a phrase that's attached to the end of the song that's playing. Any guesses? And if you said starships are meant to fly, hands up and touch the sky, you'd be really very wrong. Here's another clue. These words are spoken by a character once he evaluates a particular recording session in the next movie. Let's show them a clip of the film, Cambot. Anyone? For some reason, this one statement has become a sort of rallying cry for MST3K fans everywhere, and it's not Hi Kiba or by that time my lungs were aching for air. Okay, there it is, the answer to your clue. It stinks from the movie Pod People.
It's mine! Give it to me!
It's mine! It's mine! I will kill you!
A bit of context here. Pod People was originally intended as a low-budget horror movie about an evil alien on the prowl. However, in order to cash in on the success of the blockbuster E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the producers demanded script changes at the last minute to add a cute kid and Trumpy, a lovable alien that hatched from an egg and mistakes everything for potatoes. And now the beautiful noise that is Pod People.
Frequently, people tell me how much they love the Turkey Day Marathon, and it was a big deal for them. And I think when the show went off the air, you know, they missed the show and they missed the Turkey Day Marathon.
I don't know if we're mashed potatoes and gravy. That's a little more traditional. We're maybe that side dish that you hope is really delicious, but then it's green beans with the crinkly noodles on top. That's what we are. We're green beans with crinkly noodles.
Maybe while they were watching Mystery Science Theater, they didn't have to talk to their family, and so they like that aspect of it.
It's strange that it's become part of that tapestry of the holiday that people just miss. So it's pretty cool that, you know, they can do that and continue and make their own.
And I loved kind of starting it over again and just hearing from people like how happy it made them and how much they like the idea of showing it to their kids, you know, or just the people that would do that, the strange families that would get done eating Thanksgiving and watch Mystery Science Theater. They were doing it again, and so it was really great, and it felt really good that people still wanted that to happen. And welcome back to the MST3K Literacy Quiz Pyramid. As you know, I will give you the clues in the form of phrases about the title character in this movie. Cambot, please put 20 seconds on the clock. Okay, ready? Here we go. Have you read my thesis on dinosaurs forgetting how to love? My mentor is an onion. Let's see. I'm sporting the dry look. When you want the flavor of bacon in a dip. I come from a long line of legendary Aztec heroes on my father's side. Oh, I'm sorry. What if I would have said, throw me out a window and I'll fly like a cougar? Exactly. And now, Puma Man.
I thought I'd get the ball rolling by commanding you to send us hydraulic she-bots. 2 girls for every guy.
You will start to consider yourself more of a Stones guy.
You will envision Gary from next door wearing a snap towel.
I am Koyaanisqatsi, and I want you to make me a sandwich. A big, thick Koyaanisqatsi leftover sandwich with lots of turkey and stuffing and gravy and cranberry horseradish relish.
Hey, thanks so much for spending some of your holiday with us. It's been so much fun. Try to be grateful if you can. Some believe it's the pathway to happiness. Happy Turkey Day, everyone, or as they say in the rest of the world, Thursday.